Hello. So, it is time for week 2 of Radical Residence Season 2. This one I definitely put a little bit less thought into, and I almost really screwed myself because I almost forgot about something, and I'm having to re-record this because I changed the team. So, yeah, because I almost forgot about something that may have actually just, caused me massive issues. So, we are against DatBoi and the Playboy 69ers, which is an interesting name, I must say. And their team consists of Tornadospherian, Mega Diancie, Slowbro, Nidoking, Guzzlord, Primate, Dusknoir, Regieleki, Tangela, and Indeedee Male. I don't know if the Indeedees are actually split in this, but a coincidence maybe it is, so you'll have to excuse me. I am a sniffly boy. I don't know why, but I am. So the change Pokemon. Let's get those out of the way first. The most notable is Primate. Well, one of the two most notable. Primate's really important because it actually gets us access to Guerrilla Tactics, which is Galarian Darmanitan's ability, meaning it essentially just gets a Choice Band as an ability, just boosting its damage output massively. That with a Scarf can be quite terrifying, so something we'll watch out for. My team initially just did not have an answer to Primate, and I could very realistically see them bringing it. They brought it week 1, so I could very much see them bringing it again. So, oh dear, sorry, I just feel awful. I don't know why. Dusknoir gets Hustle, which is new. Initially I did not understand this change, but it turns out if you give a Reaper Cloth to Dusknoir in Radical Red, then it just makes it so you can't miss. So if you give the Reaper Cloth to Dusknoir, then it's essentially giving it a Choice Band, while you have Hustle. So you just what am I trying to say? You get basically a Choice Band boost if you do Hustle Reaper Cloth with no downside until you lose your item, and then you can start missing things, which is gonna suck. Guzzlord gets access to Dark Aura, which helps boost the power of its Dragon type moves. I honestly do not see Guzzlord coming here. I have a Florges. Why would you bring Guzzlord into a Florges? And even then, I've got a couple of things that can actually deal with Guzzlord. Same with Dusknoir. Primate I had to make sure I was ready for. Regieleki. Regieleki is another big one. Because of the access to Hidden Power in this league, Regieleki does actually get access to Hidden Power, which it also actually gets in Radical Red, as well as access to Hyper Voice, which just means it has a strong neutral attack to just go for against a lot of different Pokemon. So along with having Hidden Power, it can actually just go for Hyper Voice as well. So if it needs to, but obviously then it's also a Regieleki, which if it clicks an electric move, it's gonna hurt. So, Tangela is going to be annoying. Indeedee, I'm not sure if it will come. I feel like it won't. Nidoking, I have to be very ready for. Nidoking is a threat. At least 4 of the 6 I'm expecting are Torn, Slowbro, Nidoking, and Aleki. Torn is just a really good pivot against my team in general. And while I do have Mega Aerodactyl, it also is really good into Buzzwole, which, unless they bring Mega Diancie, they're not going to have great answers to. And generally, Buzzwole offensively goes in really hard, but it's a question of getting it in, and then oftentimes it just gets forced out so easily against things like Nidoking, Diancie, Torn, and even Aleki. Diancie, I'm not sure if it is going to come. I'm expecting Torn, but I'm surprisingly not confident on Mega Diancie. I feel like it will. I feel like Mega Diancie still will come. But it's not a guarantee. I feel like Primate as well. Those 6, Torn, Diancie, Slowbro, Nidoking, Primate and Aleki with the 6 that they brought for the week 1. And I can fully see them doing that again, because they need the physical attacker, so Primate makes a lot of sense. And then Diancie is really good into Buzzwole, it's great into Hydreigon. With the right coverage, you can just do really, really well in general. So, but they may mix things up. I could see them bringing Tangler as an option. They could bring in DD, but I think Tangle is really the only flex piece. I don't see anything else coming. Maybe they want another defensive piece, but I don't know. They also may want another answer to Floatzel that isn't just Slowbro. But I thought like Slowbro is still a really, really good answer, so I could honestly just see them bringing the same 6. So, as for my team's very interesting. So we're going to do this in alphabetical order because that's something I wanted to start doing. But I guess we can talk about Arcanine first because I was already hovering over it by accident. This was the Pokemon I had to actually add, because I realized I had nothing for for Primate. Scarlet Primate comes in and starts ruining my day, so I had to add a physically defensive Arcanine. We've got Morning Sun, Toxic, Ironhead, and Flareblitz. Ironhead is there just in case Diancie wants to be cheeky and try and switch in, especially if I'm going for Toxics and they see I'm going for Toxics as Slowbro comes in. Morning Sun to keep ourselves healthy. Again, the Ironhead for the Diancie. I don't know if it's an OHKO, but it's going to do good damage regardless. And then Flareblitz, just as the stab option. This also means I'm better into Tangler as well. I have something else for Tangler. So, yeah. I realized I had nothing for Thingy. I normally run Will-O-Wisp on this, but because I don't want to accidentally burn the Slowbro, I want to make sure I get a Toxic on the Slowbro so it can't sit in there all day and I can get some good residual damage on it. I felt like having Toxic over Will-O-Wisp would be better. And if I call it wrong, and I accidentally Toxic the Primate, that's not the end of the world. So, as for actual alphabetical order, Mega Aerodactyl, we are here outspeeding Tornadus. Dual Wing Beat, Stone Edge, Earthquake, U-Turn. I don't want to be stuck in if I don't have to be. Dual Wing Beat is good against a general amount of their team for good damage. Stone Edge is basically there for Torn. Not a lot else really. It's still going to do decent damage across their team. And then Earthquake. Earthquake actually hits a lot of their team hard. Like Stonequake does really good damage to a lot of their team. It's pretty much just Slowbro. That really wants to come in on this, and we can U-turn on out. As a potential option. And go into 2 of our Pokemon that do very well into Slowbro. So, thank you, Aerodactyl, for U-turn. We can afford to go Adamant here. An Adamant Dual Wing Beat is a guaranteed 2-hit KO on Tangler as well, which is really, really nice. We wouldn't get that otherwise, so I'm not going to bother trying to work out what kind of speed Aleki they're going, because it could be anything. So we're just going faster than Torn. Just in case they go for a max speed Torn, I can see them running a lot of speed on Torn anyway, just in case of Floatzel. So we'll see. Next up, Claydol. We have to bring on ground type because it's Aleki. So, let's do this calc live. This is the calc versus Primate. If you want to have a look at it, we put in a choice band because this isn't the radical calc, but jolly choice band. It could be even adamant band, but I think because I'm running leftovers, it means that adamant band's not even a guaranteed KO. After the Intimidate, I guarantee 2-hit kill with a Stone Edge, and we can just stall them out and pray for no crits. But close combat, we're still fine. It's just if it's bans, then we might have a bit more of an issue. So, yeah. But I want to have a look at Claydol. So Claydol, fun fact, I actually didn't realize this. Claydol's offense actually got buffed in Radical Red. It actually has 80 special attack. Which actually means going for Earth Power over Earthquake is actually better than better here for Nidoking, because I originally was like, which is better? Is it Earth Power? Is it Earthquake? It turns out Earth Power is actually better. So, yeah, this is max HP, max special defense, and we want to look at Regieleki. So, and we want to go with Hidden Power Ice, which is going to be the best thing it can hit me with. I mean, if I just do Ice. Hidden Power Ice. So that is max special attack life orb. Let's have a look at Specs. Specs is not even a 2-hit KO. Specs Hidden Power Ice, which Specs Rash, which is there for some reason, but if we just do Modest, just to show, Modest Hidden Power Ice does a maximum of 42%. So we can take 2 of these at least. We've got Shore Up to help keep ourselves healthy. Stealth Rocks is you know, nice to get up rocks, make sure to limit pivoting. It's not like Diancie really wants to come in on this, especially because 1, I can teleport out, and 2, I can just power the thing, and it's going to do reasonable damage. So, we have to bring Clayton, but it's still actually not just here just for that. It also gives us our fighting resist, which is quite nice. Which there is definitely temptation to run a bit more physical defense on this. Just to see if, yeah, like, because taking close combats is still kind of rough. So that's definitely something I should probably consider. So we could also PP stall it out as well, to be fair. So we'll have to see. But Clayton's pretty integral here. It's also not even just for that, really. It is actually a good switch into Diancie itself, which is really, really nice. It's also a good switch into Indeedee Male. So Clayton's actually like really, really good here. Happy to be using Clayton. Next up, Scarf Hydreigon. We are Modest Scarf Hydreigon. Oh no. Oh, I hate this. No, I'm gonna have to change it to Timid. We're Timid Scarf Hydreigon because I was thinking, oh, you know, I'll just run Modest Scarf. I can get away with that. And then I remembered there's the Primate, which I'm kind of having an issue with. So we're just gonna have to get Timid. Timid Scarf, because we do need to outspeed that Primate. Modest Scarf was actually going to make it so we could outspeed, and Modest Scarf outsped and Regieleki outspeeding a Mega Aerodactyl. But we do need to run max speed if we're going to be outspeeding the Primate. So not even going to bother with any bulk. Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, U-turn. If we can catch the Diancie with the Flash Cannon, that's great. Otherwise, Dark Pulse hits a good amount of their team really, really well. It actually hits everything else really, really well, other than the Diancie. And I guess the Guzzlord, but I'm not expecting the Guzzlord. Draco, again, same deal, because they actually don't have a Steel type, so just dropping a Draco is going to hurt something. So as soon as Diancie's out of the picture, Scarf Hydreigon can actually put in a lot of work. They will have to run a good amount of speed on Regieleki, and by good amount, I mean... what's Scarf Hydreigon's speed? Let's have a look. Scarf. Is it 486 versus Regieleki? Oh no, they've got to run 204 speed, which actually doesn't leave them a lot of room for bulk. So I guess that's not bad. It means they can't build up their Regieleki super bulky. So U-turn obviously on there as well. Keep ourselves pivoting. You know, Slowbro is a thing that can come in. So may as well. Next up, a surprise to absolutely everyone, including myself. We're bringing Porygon. This is the best thing I've got to take on Nidoking, so here we are. Sludge Wave does a maximum of like 40% to Porygon. To max HP, max special defense Porygon. The only thing that goes wrong here if they're running Focus Blast. If they're running Focus Blast, I swear on my life I'm going to be so annoyed. So, Ice Beam, Recover, Teleport, and Toxic. Again, I can see them bringing in Slowbro to this. We're actually sassy with 8 Speed IVs, and that sounds really strange, but there is a reason for it. So, we are actually slower than Slowbro with this, with a normal Slowbro. Now, if they're min-speed Slowbro, we just can't underspeed that, because Slowbro is naturally slower. Why do we want to be slower than Slowbro, you might ask? Well, that's because I want to teleport second. If we both teleport at the same time, me teleporting out after that is better for me, because then I get the initiative. But we're also not quite min speed, because this means we actually still have speed and no speed investment Guzzlord. Ice Beam is our move of choice. I actually should be download. Right, yeah, no, I'm supposed to be download. The reason for download as well is because, unless the Nidoking is running some extra special defense, that means we'll get the download special attack boost, and actually means we do 93% with an Ice Beam to a no bulk Nidoking. At 93% minimum. There's a 50-50 chance we actually OHKO with Ice Beam from Porygon. Base ass Porygon, this 1-point Pokemon that I kind of threw on the team, and is now giving me my out to Nidoking. So, yeah, to recover the teleport, and again, the Toxic. Toxic is just useful for things like... It's useful for Torn, especially because Torn's going to want to come in a decent amount. So, you know, Toxicking Torn getting a bit of chip on that. Toxicking Slowbro getting chip on that. For things like, you know, Hydreigon and Aerodactyl. And our last Pokemon, Specs Rotom Mo, to do some work. Volt Switch, Leafstorm, Hidden Power Ice, and Trick. We outspeed Nidoking by 1 point. And then max special attack. Very, very simple moveset. Offensively, Rotom Mo does actually really, really well here. And I wanted more that can actually break Slowbro. Just because it's such an annoying Pokemon to deal with. And actually switching into this specifically, I don't think it's going to be really that easy. Because if they call it wrong and they just go to Nidoking and I smash that thing with a Leaf Storm, that's a huge dub on my part. And other than that, Specs Volt Switches are going to hurt a lot of their team. So, I'm perfectly okay with just launching Specs Volt Switches, getting momentum. Because if you notice, the only Pokemon on my team does not have a way to get out is Arcanine. And even then, originally this was an Empoleon with Flip Turn. Everything has a way to get out, because I do not want to try and be stuck in. You know, we've got our 2 really fast offensive Pokemon with, you know, U-Turn, 2 teleport users to get safely into these offensive Pokemon, and then just literally Arcanine is here just to make sure I don't just lose to Primate just in case, because I feel like it could come. We are also not carrying Defog. This might be a mistake. We aren't carrying Defog, we're not carrying Rapid Spin. And this might be a mistake. If Diancie actually gets an opportunity to just go for rocks, then it's gonna be an issue. But I'm hoping with the pivoting of this team and being able to get into stuff for free, we can hopefully make sure that that doesn't become a problem. I'm tempted to run, you know, something like just drop Defog on Hydreigon, drop a move on a Hydreigon or Rotom. Clayton needs all the moves it has. Maybe even dropping to get Defog on Aero is pointless. But dropping either Flash Cannon or Hidden Power Ice, or even Trick. Actually, yeah, we're going to drop Trick for Defog. As an emergency Defogger, we'll make sure we've got Defog on Rotom. Because if I don't have a form of removal and rocks are going to become an issue, or if they actually end up bringing T-Spikes, which now that I look at it, T-Spikes doesn't affect 4 of the 6 Pokemon I'm bringing, but the 2 that it do affect, Porygon and Arcanine, are a big deal. So, in case they get up rocks, we have an emergency Defogger if we need it. So, anyway, sorry for the long team builder, but yeah, this, I should put not as much thought as I initially thought, but it turns out this matchup's really weird. Like, we both have really strong pieces into each other, like, but their team is very much, like, very aggressive with a lot of strong breakers, and a couple, like, utility defense pieces between Slowbro and Torn. So actually dealing with that offense is going to be an issue, but I'm sure we can find a way to maneuver it later on today when we have the match. So, I will see you guys then. Alright, we're here. I'm, like, super out of it, but we're here because... Sorry, just stretching. I don't know. Like, I tried to see some family earlier, which was why originally like we had to put off the match for like a couple extra hours, and then I just slept, and now I'm awake. Like, you know how it be. So, I'm super tired. Kind of out of it. Let me get their 14 up with another tab. Just so I can see. That's the challenge. Alright. Yeah, let's do it. It is the 6 that we expected. Live battle link has been sorted. Right, yeah, it's the 6 that we expected. Leading Rotum just seems so safe here. But also leading Hydreigon is also pretty safe here. I'm gonna go Rotom. I don't think they want to risk. The thing is, like, what do they switch into to this thing? Yo, I'm just going for Leafstorm. Because there's no way you bring in Torn. That, on the other hand, is a bit more unfortunate. I'm going to bring in the Clayton now. I wish I could hear it, because I'm just using other music. Ah, I see. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I wish I'd run another attack. So Submagnet Rise. It's gonna be 2 other moves, right? Ooh, Toxic. Didn't know it got Toxic. Kind of a big deal. And then it's gonna have an electric move. We got really lucky there. How much Reggie Sister. It does like nothing. I'm gonna go to Rotom. They get the Toxic on me. I could try and drop a Draco, but that seems risky. U-turn would break a sub. Likely? It would likely break a sub. See, the thing is, they don't know if I'm bringing this in. Yeah, so they go to Diancie. We get initiative. What do we want initiative into? Arrow is risky. Honestly, Clayton's pretty solid. But so is Rotum. How much does Rotum do? With Volt Switch, like 56%. How much would Arrow do? See, that's regular. 72%. I think I'm just going to go Arrow. Because this is still very likely to KO. And what, they go to Torn? Like... That's not a play you make. It could be a play that they make, but then what? They go to Torn. Yeah, that's more like it. They go to Slowbro. 25%, that's gotta be Fizz Death. Slowbro, kind of starting to get into this swing of things here. Not necessarily. Yes, necessarily. They will at least have some Fizz Death. Bold Max. That could be Bold Max. Very much so. Just gonna go for the U-turn. That's a lot of damage. It's definitely not Bold Max then. I'm just gonna go to Rotum. Go for a Slack Off. And now it's a choice. Do you want me to Volt Switch, or do you want me to Leafstorm? I've Leafstormed and I've Volt Switched. I have a safe switch, even if they go into Nidoking. Yep. That was risky. That was super, super risky. On their end. They sub-up. That's fine. Keep ourselves healthy. They got a Torn. I obviously cannot let this thing get knocked off. We get a free switch to Arrow. And looking at the damage that I did to Slowbro, knowing that they're also not Scarf on Nidoking, like, I would be shocked if there's a Torn that could live this. Looks like it's possible, but they'd have to be max defense. Yeah, they just have to let Torn go there. They're bringing a Lecky because there's literally no reason for them not to. We also know they're Thunderbolt. They Thunderbolt. We teleport out here. Yep, they have to go for the Magnet Rise because otherwise they do just kill them. And now they actually just don't even have a switch into Leafstorm. Arcanine here is just for the Primate, nothing else. The Mon does, like, I didn't think about it, but Rotom just sits in on a Lecky in theory. Because I'm ×4 resisted. I resist electric and grass. Nothing they have can switch into this. They, like, something dies. In theory. And that's kind of been the theory with this team. Is I get a huge hit off, I get to go into something defensive, the defensive thing can pivot out, we get into our offensive thing, rinse and repeat. Alright, how much does Leafstorm do after a -2? Still does 78%. They may catch on to me being choiced, and that's not something I really want. So I'm just going to go to Hydreigon. Yeah, because they're just subbing. Now, I don't want Rotom to get that low. So either get a Thunderbolt or a Toxic off of Bree here. I don't want to do this. How do I want to do this? I'm just gonna go for Dark Pulse. They're gonna put a Toxic on me. That's fine. They are faster. But I still have reason to have the Scarf because of potential Scarf Primate here. I just go to Diancie, that's fine. Do 20%. Clayton will still switch into this very, very well. And unless this is also Magnet Rise. And even then I get a free switch into something else. Like Aerodactyl. It's the best thing it can go for. So I could just try and take a kill here. I think this would kill. This is Diancie, maybe? It's a good chance this kills. But I don't want to be stuck in against Slowbro and then it teleport out and, you know. But then I go to Rotum. And then we Volt Switch. They've called it right every time, though, so I'm concerned that they'll call it right again. And Rotom is getting kinda low. But then I'll have limited uses for Claydol, so... If we get it wrong, it's not too bad. 26% on Slowbro. Okay, so they're kind of mixed defensive then. Don't want to let Rotum take more damage than I need to, so I'm going to go to Hydreigon. Diancie comes in. They can scout if they want, but I'm just going to Scar Flash Cannon. Yeah, okay. There goes Diancie. That was a main switch into Hydreigon. And they know they're safe in here at least for a turn. So what pieces are starting to get less valuable? Because what pieces I sack depend on how well I can win this game. Because something's got to come in here. I feel like it's toxic, but they may just expect Rotom mode to come in. So it could be Ice Beam as well. Is it toxic or is it Ice Beam? Getting to come in for free later and just start dropping Scarf Dart Pulses against Regieleki is like super handy. I'm gonna go Claydol, and this might be the wrong play. Turns out it wasn't the wrong play. They were carrying Body Press. I'm willing to teleport here. Get some momentum. That's a weird burn. If I can get this interaction again, that burn's good for me. But if I can't, then the burn's kind of bad. Versus Regieleki. And Transistor Thunderbolt. There's a chance I win on that one-on-one, so I'm gonna go for Leafstorm. Please don't miss. We get the Nidoking. That means that Rotum is freed up to help take on this Regieleki. Primate comes in. And we are max defense Arcanine. We are here just for you. That looks to be Scarfed. What's it called? Primate. First combat. Guerrilla Tactics. For the Intimidate. Yep. That just looks to be Scarfed. That was Mineral Scarf. Jolly Scarf. I can take a KO here, or I can just Morning Sun. Or I could Toxic. Getting a Toxic on the Slowbro would be appreciated. Because then it can't sit in forever. But it's such an awkward position. I'm just going to Morning Sun. They're going to go Slowbro. I'm gonna go to Clayton again. I don't want to let them body press my Arcanine. Sorry, my Hydreigon. We're like so close. We've actually positioned ourselves really, really well. The only thing really left is this Slowbro. We've got Specs Rotom Mo that can easily just Volt Switch on it, which I don't know. We should look at Max Speed F Slowbro. Just in case. Like, max defense non-calm, so they go for the Skull to get the kill. Because it has some physical defense. Dark Pulse does 59%. Whereas Volt Switch does... what was that? 68 to 81. I mean, we take this out and we have game because Porygon beats Regieleki. And an Arcanine can beat Primate, so we're gonna Leafstorm. It's up to them if they want to switch and lose one of their pieces. It just frees up one of my own pieces. Don't miss. Thank you. Regieleki goes down. Primate comes in. This is still a very important piece to me. But presuming that this is indeed Scarfed at this point, a Porygon itself is just not going to be useful for the remainder of this game, other to maybe get a Toxic on the Slowbro. But then there's also getting the initiative, right? So Arcanine versus... let's get up the other damage calc because it's just taking too long. Arcanine, defensive pivot, versus Primate Banded. That's Defiant, that's why that's doubling in attack. It will do 48%, so I'm going to go to Arcanine. No crits. The U-turn on out, they go to Slowbro. This is where I get a Porygon. Porygon's putting in so much work here. The body press. That's unfortunate that they went for the body press. Especially because I'm probably slower. We'll go for it. We actually get it. They're min speed, or they're going for teleport. Okay, that makes sense. But we get a Toxic on the Slowbro, meaning it's going to take a lot. It's going to take some extra chip. But that's all I wanted. I wanted a Toxic on the Slowbro, so eventually we can just build it down. To go for close combat here. I mean, I can just go to Hydreigon. I know Hydreigon's faster, but then I can miss. And with a Toxic on the Slowbro, it's on a timer. We'll drop the Draco. Crit didn't matter. Not at -1 defense. I'm going to stay in Draco until I die. They body press take me out. And then Rotom Mo gets to come in. Click Volt Switch. GG. We played that super well. I'm really proud of that. We adapted on the fly really well there to that Regieleki set that I was not expecting. I'm really proud of how I played that. Much better than the first week. I really went in, used the defensive pieces that I had, and use the momentum this team offers to keep myself in a good enough position offensively and defensively to keep me ahead at pretty much all times. I play some aggressive sacks just to keep me ahead, and not try and play for differential, play for the actual win. But yeah. Yeah. They said that they didn't expect me to attack what was in front of me the entire game. Yeah, that will do it. Sorry, just talking about the match, just saying, like, why Stone Edge Taunt. It's because I needed the Taunt gone. So, but yeah, that will do it. So, I believe this puts us now literally 1-1 neutral differential. So, if we can keep playing, you know, like we did this week, I feel very, very good. Specs Rotum Mo put in so much work here, so I'm really, really happy with that. Really happy with how I played. How I adapted. Porygon, let's go. I'm never not gonna, like, consider you as a draft option ever. Like, you're always on my radar now. After this game, where you just, like, hard put a stop to, like, you 1v1 Nidoking, a Pokemon that I despise, so. So, anyway, that'll do it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.